So we already talked about the difference between central angles and exterior angles. So a central angle is an angle that's formed at the center of your polygon. An exterior angle is an angle that's formed when one side of your polygon is extended. So for both of those, the number of the angles is going to equal the number of the sides. What is the sum of the central angles for all polygons? Well, the central angles, if you look up here, the central angles form a circle like that. And we know that a circle has 360 degrees. So that means that if I add up each one of those central angles, it will add up to 360 degrees. And that will be true whether your polygon is regular or not. Your central angles will all add up to 360 degrees. It doesn't matter how many sides your polygon has. It doesn't matter if your polygon is regular or not. The angles will add up to 360 degrees, the central angles. Remember, sum means that they are adding up together. What if I want to find one central angle and my polygon is regular? Well, I know that it depends on how many sides your polygon has. So we'll say that n is the number of sides. And if my polygon is regular, that means all of my sides and angles of the polygon are equal, the interior angles. But it's also true that the central angles will be equal to each other. So that means that I can take 360 degrees because they all add up to 360 degrees, and all of them are equal to each other, and there are n of them. They're the same number as the number of sides. So if I want to find one central angle, I can do 360 degrees divided by n, the number of sides. This is only true for regular polygons. What is the sum of the exterior angles for all polygons? Remember, exterior angles are the ones that are formed when you extend one side of the polygon. And what we found when we did that table where we looked at the triangle and the hexagon and the octagon and the decagon, we noticed a pattern that no matter how many sides your shape has, the exterior angles were always going to add up to 360 degrees. So the sum of the exterior angles for any polygon, whether it is a regular polygon or not, the sum is going to be 360 degrees. How can I find the measure of one exterior angle if it is a regular polygon? Just like we did above, n is going to equal the number of sides in your polygon. And since they are all going to be congruent, all of the exterior angles will be congruent in a regular polygon, we are going to do 360 degrees divided by n. And again, just like with the central angles, this is only true for regular polygons. So here I have a regular hexagon and I have a couple of different angles marked. Angle A, right down here, this is an example of an interior angle. And since this is a regular hexagon, I can find that angle measure by doing, pardon me, 180 degrees times 6 minus 2, so times 4, and then dividing that by 6. So this is what we learned yesterday, where you could split your shape up into triangles. There are always 2 fewer triangles than the number of sides. So if I do 180 times 4, I get 720. So all of the interior angles add up to 720. Since it's regular, all of the interior angles are congruent, so I can divide it by 6, and that will tell me what exactly one angle equals. So that is how I would do that for an interior angle. B in this diagram is a central angle. In a regular polygon, the central angles are all congruent to each other. And in any polygon, the central angles have a sum of 360 degrees. They add up to 360 degrees. If I want to find one of them, I would do 360 divided by 6, since the number of central angles is always equal to the number of sides, and this is a hexagon. When I do that, I get 60 degrees. C is an example of an exterior angle. And what we discovered was that exterior angles will always add up to 360 degrees. They have a sum of 360 degrees. And if my polygon is regular, all of the exterior angles are also congruent. And since they have the same number as the number of sides for this hexagon, it would be 6. So I would do 360 divided by 6. And I would get that each exterior angle is also equal to 60. What I'm noticing when I look at this is that for my regular polygons, the central angle and the exterior angle will be congruent. They will be equal to each other, because for any polygon, both central angles and exterior angles have a sum of 360. And for a regular polygon, you can find one of them by taking 360 divided by the number of sides. So my central angle and my exterior angle of a regular polygon, they're always going to be equal to each other. And whatever that angle measure is will be supplementary to the interior angle. They add up to 180 degrees. Those are our 3 types of angles that we're going to be dealing with polygons, and also how you find them based on the number of sides. Whether it's a regular polygon or not changes whether you can find one angle or if you can only find the sum. When you have a regular polygon, which is mostly what we're going to be dealing with in these next 2 weeks, you will be able to find one angle, since a regular polygon has congruent interior angles and central angles.